given the fact that my advice, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist or a Bitcoiner, is you shouldn't be investing in anything other than Bitcoin, right? Right? I mean, Bitcoin is, you've got an answer. There's one winner. Everybody else is a loser, right? And so the question is, are they going to lose big or lose small? And if you came to me and said, oh, I'm going to find a strategy to short the bond market, I would say, I don't suggest that either. You might lose your shirt. So I don't know how to short, or I don't know it's very wise.
Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Based on the fact that I believe Bitcoin maximalists or Bitcoiners should only invest in Bitcoin, I believe you should also invest in Bitcoin. Yes, you know what Bitcoin is. One person wins. Everyone else is a loser. Yes, so the question is, will they lose a lot or a little? And if you told me I'm going to figure out a way to short the bond market, I would say, if you do that, you could lose your shirt. I'm not sure how to short, and I don't think it's a good idea to short most of these things. Bitcoin Zella stands out because it is clear and easy to use. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad. We'd also like to use this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. The best part is that it's free and we read all of them. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Today, sign up for Bitcoinzilla and enjoy the new edge. So far, Michael Saylor has been in Bitcoin for a full 4 years. It's great to have him here to celebrate, remember, and guess how Bitcoin will change in the next 20 years. This shows that Bitcoin can win and the world doesn't have to end. Bitcoin might not be as big as equity capital even when it is the world's most valuable currency or money measure. It will only get more valuable and useful over time. Plenty more valuable than gold. The difference between all the others is based on, do states have debts or not? And how do they deal with their problems? It looks like things will go well, right? If you make a bad prediction, Bitcoin is the only thing that will be left. The world government works. All of these countries work out their problems and figure out how to keep things from getting worse. Then technology gets better and we get ... humanoid robots and AIs that can think of useful things. Then we figure out how to make the world a better place with the power of 100 million A's. It's likely that some companies will become very successful and have very high market caps. These companies could be the next Facebook, Google, or whatever. In the meantime, people will work hard and make money, and a lot of that money will move into Bitcoin because it is digital capital. If Apple sells the iPhone and then puts that $500 billion back into buying their own stock, they're kind of backing Apple as a long-term store of value capital asset. I believe that will happen. Most people think of capital as money that they use to buy back their own stock. Right now, Meta is doing the same thing as is Apple. Other companies also do some of the same things. A different point of view is that I buy Bitcoin with my cash flows. Yes. So if the world goes fully digital and logical, we will demonetize stocks more quickly. Yes. Furthermore, if things stay the same, we will keep making more money off of stocks and real estate, right? And bonds and loans from the government, right? I believe that real estate, tax-free bonds, and stock are all common types of financial assets for businesses, government agencies, and other similar groups. Bitcoin is a new type of capital product for the 21st century. Bitcoin went up 8.2% in the 7 days before September 25th, from $58,886 to $64,816. However, the $64,500 level of resistance proved to be tougher than imagined. Investors were less willing to take risks because of weak financial data, but other things also caused the Bitcoin price to drop on September 25th. Yahoo Finance says that the typical price of a new home sold in the US fell 4.6% year over year in August. This came after prices rose at the fastest rate since early 2022. Home prices have been going down for 7 months in a row, which is the biggest stretch of drops since 2009. Notably, the number of finished homes for sale is still very high, with 467,000 currently on the market. Concerns from China, where the central bank cut interest rates and opened a $142 billion credit line for people and businesses, are another issue that worries investors around the world. Analyst Sid Nomura said in a note that these steps are not enough to stop the economy from slowing even more. He added that spending measures should come first, but they don't think that will happen, according to Yahoo Finance. Warren Buffett's company Berkshire Hathaway said it was cutting its stock in Bank of America even more because it had made $8.9 billion in sales in less than 3 months. The SP 500 hit an all-time high on September 25th, which has made people more worried about this move. Bitcoin users are worried that a possible correction in the stock market could hurt the value of their coins. And the interesting question is, at what rate? Does Google decide they want to start buying Bitcoin with cash flow instead of government bills? Otherwise, if I'm a big tech company that makes $1 billion a month, I can buy as treasury short dated bills, buy back my shares, or buy Bitcoin. Also, I don't think there's much else you could do in everyday life. You could give your cash flow to other people. So those are mostly your options, and that's what big tech companies do. So the interesting question is, at what rate do I go from buying back my stock to capitalizing my equity? Should I buy the government bill instead, which is putting money into national debt, or do I go buy Bitcoin, which is digital money putting money into Bitcoin? Some of that has to do with regulations, and some of it has to do with corporate finance theory. For example, when will business schools start teaching CFOs that they should buy Bitcoin with all of their cash flows or half of their cash flows? If that happens, Bitcoin will make money a lot faster. In addition, if we follow the rules right, the big bulge bracket banks can't store Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, or sell Bitcoin right now. That's a big reason why Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Amazon can't use Bitcoin as their cash asset. Yes, most likely their mega conservative groups won't do that until they can send $1 billion a month to Citi, Bank of America, or JP Morgan and have it converted and kept in a capital account. So when that happens, when SAB 121 is overturned, or when Bitcoin is accepted by regular banks, I think that speeds up the process of making Bitcoin valuable and speeds up the demonetization of equity and debt. Bitcoin investors are also very interested in the upcoming US presidential race, especially Vice President Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party. They are worried about a global economic downturn. Alex Vanovic, CEO of Nansen, a blockchain analytics tool, said that the Democrats have made things pretty bad for crypto. He thinks that if Harris wins the election, the current administration's crypto policies, which are seen as less helpful to the growth of the business in the US, will likely stay in place. Some people who believe in Bitcoin are hoping that Donald Trump, the Republican candidate and former president, wins the election. Trump has pushed for Bitcoin miners as part of his campaign and even spoke at the Bitcoin. Trump was recently seen at a bar and restaurant in New York City that is known for taking Bitcoin. There, he gave away burgers that had been paid for with Bitcoin. Bitcoin traders are being cautious as the BTC price gets close to its highest level since August. This is because the result of the US election is still too close to call. Traders who use leverage are acting more cautiously because of this feeling. The futures premium, which is the main measure of Bitcoin swaps, shows that people haven't been very excited about betting on price increases in the past few weeks. Monthly contracts should trade at a 5% to 10% yearly premium under normal market conditions. This is because they settle more slowly. Most crypto traders are optimistic, so any number below this level is usually seen as bearish. The Bitcoin futures premium has been stuck around a flat 6% since September 2nd, which shows that bulls aren't sure what they want to do. After a 3-week 25% price rise, the BTC futures premium jumped to 11% on July 30th. This shows that the